Selena. It's a bad baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them heels on and rule. Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows. It's all good, we can do whatever we want to do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You're gonna be my number one lover. Spending the night making love to each other. With the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
Hey y'all. I hope everybody is gonna have a restful night, peaceful night, and everyone wake up in the morning with I would say better day ahead for some. I know I have definitely had some mornings I just wanted to get back in the bed. Sometimes you just don't want to deal with life that's ahead of you. But, life, you take one day at a time and you just take it as it comes. None of us has answers on how life is going. For some of us, we just going through the motions, especially when tragic situations happen, things in our lives where I would say when you lose people, you become devastated um, by death. Death it separates you by, for eternity from another person, and until you cross over to the other side for those who believe there's another side. I had a coworker, she's been teaching probably for maybe 25, 20 something years. And she was really close to her brother, and her brother is basically in the hospital dying of lung cancer. And she is devastated. She's trying to get back to California to see her brother before he says, or takes his last breath. And she was on the phone with him, and she said, "How are you doing, brother?" And he said, "When are you coming?" He was very weak, feeble. He lost a lot of weight. They have him hooked on an IV. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's stage 4 with his organs shutting down. And she said, "I'm going to get there as soon as I can. The next flight, I'm going to be there for you, brother." And she explained to me she wanted to be there for him, because if it is his last days, then at least she spent some time with him and she's able to tell him how much she loves him, and she wants to show him how much she loves him. I thought that was very powerful. How many people never have that experience, or when they do have the experience, they allow fear or they allow pride to keep them from telling people that they love them. I think about the situation that I had, in 2023, 24. when I had someone that I love dearly, and I just really didn't understand the impact that this person had on my life. But he had a great impact on my life, and it's unfortunate you don't start to see it until someone gets gravely ill and they're in their last days. I just think about I was there at the hospital. I was there showing and that I cared. I was always checking up on him. One thing I do regret that I never told him I loved him. I don't know why I was scared to say that. Maybe I felt like if I did say that, when I probably would have started crying, and I didn't want to upset him or make him feel bad for, dying in the hospital, which was not his choice. Sometimes life happens to bad for good people. And unfortunately, there's no answer that would be sufficient to make you understand why bad things happen to good people, why good people die young. There's no answers to that, besides it was their time, and that's not even sufficient for most people, for most humans. We want to know why, but the fact of the matter is, we'll never know sometimes. But I find it hard sometimes to be vulnerable. And I had to kind of check that about myself, especially when it's people that I love and I care about. But I really didn't want to show my emotions and how sad I was to watch my loved one uh, laying in the hospital bed, and his organs, each one by one, was failing. All I could do was rub his hand, and the next thing I know, that night, the person is gone. Even though that person knew I loved them, it's nothing like sincere words to a person that's hearing it on the other end. And we have to recognize that. We have to get beyond our pride. We have to get beyond our fear of looking stupid or looking vulnerable or looking weak, and we have to sometimes get beyond that and call it for what it is. Most of us have special people in our life, and we would be devastated if something happened to them today, tonight, or tomorrow, or even the next day, whenever. We all will be devastated by someone that we love and we hold dear to us, right? But the opportunities that you have before you, that God has given you to tell people that you love them, is an opportunity that you may not ever get again. Just take the lesson that I learned from my situation, even though that person knew I loved them. I wish I could turn back the hands of time and be able to say it. Whether I felt weak, whether I felt embarrassed by crying, you know, it's nothing wrong with telling people that you care about, that you love them. That's why the world is so cold. It's so me, myself, and I. People are so self entitled. They could care less about sometimes being kind or being loving or saying I love you to a person and truly mean it. Love to some people is great sex. Love to some people could be a box of chocolate. Love to some people could be just anything that's surface. It's nothing, it's not really love. It's just a good feeling for some people. Love is long lasting. I mean, it's enduring, long suffering. Is something that it just doesn't go away when you get mad at a person, or even when a person dies. Love, when you love people, you really love them with your heart. It's something real. There's some action in it as well. Love is long suffering, and most people do not have the time, the patience, and they really just want something microwave. They want something that makes them feel good for the time being, but they don't really know or feel or ever felt love for anyone because they can't. They don't know it because they never had it. But since I know what love is, and since I know how it feels, I know that it's also action behind my words. When you love people, you do things outside of your norm that you would regularly do, like be vulnerable enough to actually opening yourself up to a person. And it's not always romantically, it could be platonic. Like I said, it could be a family member. Love is something, it's just a part of you, you know, if you really open up and you stop being so afraid. I love my family. I love my nieces and my nephews. I would do anything I could if I could help my nephew and nieces, and even my little baby nephew and nieces. I would even probably give, well, I wouldn't want to, but I definitely would give my life. Loving is something that is real, and most people have never experienced it. Sometimes love is something you can't even describe. Love is something like when you're in the hospital and your husband and wife is sitting next to you holding your hand and letting you know and you're going to be all right, praying with you and praying for you. Love is when you seeing a friend going through some struggles and you don't give up on that friend. You always try to encourage that person and let the person know that you're there for them, whatever they need. You don't talk about them, you talk to them. Love, it comes in so many different forms. Some people love their pets more than people, and sometimes you can't blame them for that because we live in a world, again, where people don't understand it. They can't comprehend it because either they've never experienced it or either they're just too callous to receive it and to give it. It's something to think about. But when you have the opportunity to have people in your life, whether it's family, friends, or romantically, don't ever be afraid to tell people that you love them and mean it with your whole heart. Show actions of your love for a person. It's a lot of people that say they love and they don't know what it is. Love is something you can't even phantom at times, but you know it when you see it. Love is very enduring, and I can't say it more than enough. It's long suffering because we all know that love doesn't feel good sometimes, especially because people are imperfect. We are all flawed human beings. When I think of the people in my life, I reflect on people that I've lost. And I realized that when you have special people in your life, people are irreplaceable. You'll never get them back again. You may find someone that's similar to that person, maybe to their laugh, their how they look, how they sound, what they say, but you'll never get the exact carbon copy of that person because people are irreplaceable. I'm not talking about people that just out here being crazy and don't give uh, don't care about anybody. I'm not talking about those type of people. I'm talking about people that have meant something in your life. They are irreplaceable. And when they leave this earth, they're never coming back. Some people believe in reincarnation. That's other people's beliefs. But my belief is once it's all said and done and it's all she wrote, there's no repeats in this life, in my opinion. So while people are here, while you are here, never forget to tell people how much they mean to you. Not only tell people, show people. Don't always be a person looking to receive, but look forward to give. It's really sad how a lot of times people are just so uncaring. They don't understand or realize what people are going through the day, even what you're going through. Do you know how many people walk past you and they don't know that you're on the edge? Do you know how many people walk past you and you like if they only knew if one more thing happens, it's over for me. I'm done. You don't know the person that you pass by every day might be thinking the same thing. And the crazy thing, we overlook the people that's closest to us. We overlook their pain because we're so involved in our lives. We don't even see other people and what they're going through that's close to us that we say we love. Like I said, love is not just a word, it's something that is enforced by action. And we have to all do a better job with showing and telling those that are close to us that we care for, that we love them. And not just in word, but in deed. I hope everyone has a good night. I hope that something was said that you will take to heed. Don't let your life be in vain. Don't let your life have regrets of what you should, could, and would have done. But because you were prideful, because you were afraid to be vulnerable, you didn't open up and tell a person how you felt. We don't get any redos in this life. We have one life to live, and we better do the best that we can. If not, we'll have many regrets of the things we wish we could have done or said. Live your life the best way you can. Live your life with not many regrets. And make sure you try to treat people the way you want to be treated. Remember, love is not just in word, love is in deed. You guys have a wonderful night. And remember, faith without works is dead. It's always better to show people rather than tell people. But it's always good to let people know as well. You guys have a wonderful night, and hopefully you'll have a restful night. You wake up in the morning, and God will give you another day, and you will do the best you can and take one day at a time. Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Selena.
It's a vibe, baby. Oak Cliff girl, can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl, put them heels on and rule my
Welcome to
world.
Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
We can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe. Yeah, you gon' be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other, with the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.